Hey everyone, welcome back to Ravenport and episode 22 of this Let's Play series. So currently we've got a great demand at the spinnery for wool, so we're just trying to load up our trailer here to take it over to their sell point. Hopefully we can get this loaded before the great demand finishes. The last episode we cut our grass field and wrapped the bales up for silage. We still need to collect all the bales in off the field and take them over to the barn to sell. We then need to buy some hay bales so we can feed the sheep and the horses. We also need to get some fertilizer on the grass fields as well. Our corn is still growing and our oat field, is still growing. So they're not going to be ready for a while yet to harvest. So if we can get the bales all sold, get this wool sold, get the grass fertilized, and then see where we are after that. So I think in total we've got 11 full wool pallets and the one partial one there that's still filling. So we'll put that one on last. We may as well take all the wool we've got, as I'm doing a rather poor job of trying to pick up this pallet. So we should fit all of them on here, no problem. I think we could probably get 3 pallets next to each other if need be. Hopefully the pickup can pull it. And we've got the last pallet to go on. Hopefully we can fit this on at the back. They're not the neatest of stacked pallets by any means, but they're all pretty much on there. So hopefully the truck can pull this. We just try and get that one on the back there. What we'll do, we'll just park this back up in the shed. I really do like the skid steer, but it does bounce around a bit. So let's get some straps on here. So I think there's 11 full pallets and there's no straps on the rear section, so they may fall off. But we'll see. Unfortunately, we don't have far to go. Truck's popping wheelies a little bit. Just make sure those at the back don't fall off. But we seem to be okay for now. I say we haven't got far to go, and hopefully these will all sell off the actual trailer, so we don't have to bring a front loader or the skid steer up here to unload, because from what I'm aware of, they've not fixed the triggers for bales at the BJ or for doing selling wool or egg pallets and that off trailers. So as I said, not far to actually go. Oh, close to losing those 2 off the back. So, as I suspected, none of these are actually going to sell off the trailer. Right. Bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so we're back. Well, what I've done is I've enabled the mod where we can pick up pallets. Just because it's rather annoying the fact that we have to unload the trailer just to sell. I say I'm not sure if that's something they're gonna fix or what, but it is rather annoying. So just check the great demand. Has it finished? No, it's still on. So we're getting $2,340 per pallet, so not too bad at all. Nowhere near what we used to getting in FS17. I think on the with seasons on, I think you get up to like 15,000 per 1,000 litres, which was a bit crazy. So we're up to $254,000 now. That's all our wool sold. So we need to get back to the farm and start getting our bales over to the barn to sell those. I think the current price of silage is dropping, so we want to try and get those over there quick and sell all those off. So I've got the Magnum already with the bale collector, so we can just jump straight into that. So we just park this up here, and then we can run over to the Magnum and start getting these bales collected. So what I'll do is, I'm not going to buy 40 hay bales, so what I'll probably do is sell 8, a stack of 8, then go to the store and buy 8 hay bales, and then we can feed those to the cows. We don't have cows. Sheep and the horses. We'll fully top up their feed troughs, and then we'll see if we need any more. Then we'll buy some more, another stack of 8 to put into storage. So we need one more. So I think the price is still over 500 for 1,000 litres, so we should get over $2,000 per bale. So we need to be fairly quick as the price is actually dropping. So fortunate starting location, we're quite close to the spinnery and also the barn to sell bales. So once we've got all these sold, then we'll look at getting some fertiliser on our grass fields. Getting those all fully fertilised, ready for when we come to cut them again. In terms of selling bales, I really do hope that in a future update Giants do make bales a different price to selling loose. So yeah, the current price is down to 510 and dropping. I think the fact that you can sell a bale 1,000 litres of like straw or hay in a bale for exactly the same price as you can sell it loose, I think is a bit stupid. The fact that you've gone through the effort in baling up the hay or straw, that you should be able to get a little bit more for it than selling it loose, because to be honest, bales seem a bit pointless. You may as well just get a loading wagon, one of the big loading wagons, and just picking the grass up or straw or hay straight off the field with a loading wagon and selling it from that, because you're not going to earn any less money doing it that way. So what I'll do is I'm going to carry on getting these bales collected up and sold off, and say we'll head over to the store and get some hay bales to replace these. Right, so we've got the last 7 bales to collect. We're still getting around about 16,300 for 8 bales. So quite a lot. So obviously this one, we've only got the 7 bales, so this one's going to be a little bit less, but still going to be around about 14,000. So it's going to take us up to 334,000-ish. Not sure how much the hay bales are, but a stack of 8 hay bales is certainly a lot cheaper than 8 silage bales. So we've got this last one to collect, and we'll take these up to the barn and get these sold. We need to go this way, and then we'll head straight up to the store. We'll get 8 hay bales, bring those back and say feed them to the sheep, and their horses. Hopefully that will fully top up their feed troughs, and then that will be one job less to worry about for a good few in-game days. We'll probably leave it till it starts getting down to orange and then top it back up again. So all we need to do next is just get the grass fields fertilized. Just check the feed troughs for the chickens and the sheep, see if they need cleaning. Top up the water as well if need be, and then we'll have a look, see if there's any contract work to do. So just drop these last 7 off. That's another $14,276. So we have made quite a bit of money today in this episode already, selling the wool and the silage bales that we did in the previous episode. So quite profitable so far. As for the new tractor, I've still not decided what we're going to get, and I think at the moment we don't really need it. We did buy the smaller case in the previous episode that's going to help as well. So we're not, I mean, possibly we could look at buying another field instead. It's not going to take us long to earn the money again with the horses and doing various other jobs, so getting the money to buy the new tractor is not going to be a problem. So yes, just trying to decide exactly what we do with the money we've got now, whether do we buy another field to continue expanding or save that money until we do need to get the new tractor. I do want to get a slightly bigger seed drill, so we will have the, obviously selling our one we've currently got, we'll get some money back for that. So we want bales and round hay, so we want 8, so it's 4,550 to buy 8 hay bales. So we're still $12,000 up from selling the silage, so you can kind of see actually creating your own hay bales, you're better off just doing silage bales and then buying the hay bales you need. To be honest, it's something I never even thought about in 17 when you had the buy bale mod. It probably would have worked just the same. So get these last 2 on. I'll get these back to the farm, then we'll feed the sheep and the horses. Right then, so all I'll do is I'm just gonna put these under the shed. We may end up just using them all, but then if there is any left, they are in the shelter. So we'll get these unloaded. Just thinking the skid steer I don't think will reach the top 2 bales, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. So I'll get those dropped off there. And we'll jump in the skid steer. Drop off the pallet forks and get the bale spear on, or bale spikes. Do really need to sort out that bump. There's a slight lip on that shed, which is rather annoying when you're driving there. It bounces the skid steer up and down. So I may have to just have a look, see if I can raise that area of land just in front a little bit. Right now. This is the one downside to the skid steer is not having that reach. And these are all gonna just end up on the floor all over the place. Well, yeah. Definitely not the most realistic way of getting the bales off. To be honest, skid steer struggling a little bit with 2 bales, so it might be too many. So I did notice I did mention in one of the other episodes as well with the bales that the feed trough will take a complete bale even if it's full, so you will lose bales if you're not careful. Right, so that's the first one into the horses, and that's taken the hay up to 18.4, so we probably just put this one in and then that should be enough to keep the horses going. I do believe there is a mod as well that just takes the bale off forks and off trailers when you approach the feed troughs, so you don't have to take them off. So I think if we put another hay bale in there, it's going to lose a little bit. So we'll just leave it at that, wait for it to go down a bit, then we'll put another one in. So it's just the sheep we need to do now. Okay, so this should be the last hay bale the sheep need. We've got 1 left out of the 8. So yeah, they've got a little bit of space, but obviously putting another bale in will be wasted. Same with the horses, so we'll keep that one and we'll just give it to either the sheep or horses at some point. Possibly the sheep, because as they continue to reproduce we're going to get more sheep. So if we just drop off the bale spike, we'll get the bucket on and then just quickly clean the feed troughs. And then we can have a look at our next job. So we'll have a look what fields are available to purchase and their current field states. If there's one that's ready to harvest, could possibly look at buying that. Or if not, then we'll have a look what contracts are currently available to do. We do need to fertilise the grass as well, before I forget. Which that's not going to take long at all. So I'll just quickly do the chickens. I think we've nearly got 2 full pallets, which is 2,400 litres of eggs each. So that's going to be 4,800 litres. So we'll probably leave those until there's either a really good price or until we've finished filling up the other 4 empty crates we've got, and then we can take those and sell. So it's all the feed areas all cleaned up. What we'll jump into the... Probably just jump in the Maxim and get the fertiliser done on the grass fields. Right, then we'll just get our grass done. There should be plenty of fertiliser left in the spreader. That's 7,985 litres. That's more than enough what we need. We're just doing these 2 grass fields. Get that unfolded. At least we'll get this done now, and it's all fully fertilised, ready for next time we come to cut it. There is a little bit of grass missed, but there wasn't a bale's worth, so I didn't bother collecting it. One of the annoying things of not having seasons is grass doesn't rot or disappear, so it'll stay there until next time we cut the field. And I think there's actually a complete row there that I completely missed, so there possibly could have been enough for another bale. I didn't realise the worker must have put that row into the just off the edge of the field. Okay, so last little bit of grass to fertilise, and that's both our fields done. Well, what we'll do then is we'll just have a look what contracts are available or what fields are available to buy, the current field states. So we'll just get the spreader parked back up into the shed. Our shed where we've got grass growing from when I did the wild grass. Forgot to turn it off and you put it down on the ground, it just literally puts grass anywhere. So let's just park up in the shed and let's have a look. So contract wise, we've got more fertilising. I think I've done enough fertilising contracts for now. So we've got a sowing contract on field 7 for sunflowers. A cultivating contract up on field, field 8, 11,000 for field 8. Even with that cultivator, no thank you. And sowing on field 4, which is quite a big field. And that's only a 12-metre planter, so again that's going to take quite a while. And yeah, not one I fancy doing. Field 5, cotton, no. So yeah, there's not much in the way. I'm not doing baling. Yeah, so we're a bit short on contract, possibly field 7. Field 7 is still a fairly decent sized field. Yeah, out of like all the cultivators in game, they give you that one, which I think is about 16 metre. So it's not the smallest, but that is a hell of a big field to do. Alright, so let's have a look at the current field states. So all the ones around by us, the smaller ones are all growing apart from 18, which is cultivated, and 16. So there's no fields ready to harvest apart from field 5, which yeah, we can't afford, and that's cotton anyway. So yeah, we're not in a good position here to... Okay, so I've taken the contract on for field 7. So we've borrowed the equipment, and I think it's sunflowers we need, so we do need to buy some seed. So we'll, not sure how many we can fit in this, so we'll just get 3 to start with. Oh, it's only 1,600 litres of seed, which is not a huge amount, so we'll have to come back and fill up a few times. Obviously we've got fertiliser we don't need. I was thinking, does the seeders, oh, if we was to lease planters, we want planters. I'll say if we was to lease that, we've got one of those, haven't we? I'm going to go down to the farm and put our front seed hopper on. I'm not sure if it'll work. I know the pipe won't connect up, but it may still work as a seed reservoir for this planter and use both of them. Saves having to fill up as often if need be. So I'll get that on, and then we'll head up to field 7, make a start on getting some sunflowers seeded on that field. Okay, so I've got our seed hopper on the front. It has combined it as a total amount of seed, so hopefully that shouldn't have any problems using all of it. So that'll save us having to refill as often. We may still need to refill, I'm not sure what the consumption of seed is for sunflowers. So this is field 7 just here. So we'll get this unfolded. So it's a decent sized field, it's not huge, but it's still a reasonable size, so it may still take a while to do. We'll get that started and load down, and away we go. So it's not the contract that's going to give us a huge amount of money. but it's still a bit extra money for us to make, and it all adds up.
Won't you sing out your frustration? Just say a word. Keep on staring at the pavement. God knows who hurt. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground now. Nothing's gonna save us from our doubts. Nothing's gonna make us spell it out. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. And even if the sky was falling down, you never noticed anyone around. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. But I told you so. Keep on acting out like strangers. Scream out loud. I will go if nothing changes. So change your heart. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground now. Nothing's gonna save us from our doubts. Nothing's gonna make us spell it out.
Well, we tried. Obviously the front seed hopper, it doesn't actually work. Although it combines it as one total, we've just run out of seed, and annoyingly we've done, actually thinking about, I was just going to drive all the way back to the thing, but we can do that and then just refill the seeder. so although the seed doesn't transfer directly to the actual planter, it's a handy way of transporting 2,200 litres of seed with you. It's a good job I thought of that before driving all the way back to the store. Right, now let's just refill the front section again, and we can get this one finished. So I do need to remember as well that the seed hopper is ours, and not just complete the contracts here, or the tractor and planter will disappear and our seed hopper will just be left in the middle of a field. So we'll get that switched back on and load back down, and we can get this one finished. So we are currently 76% done on this one, so not much left to do. So we'll get this one finished off, and we'll get the seed hopper back down to the farm before completing the contract.
But I told you so.
Okay, so that's contract on field 7 finished. What I do need to do is get the hopper back down to the farm before we actually complete it. There is still some seed left at the store as well, so I'll go via there and just pick that up. So we'll just top up the hopper with what's left in that seed tank, and I'll remember to empty what's left in the actual seeder as well before we complete the contract, so we can keep that. And then we'll just get back down to the farm. Alright, so we're just coming back to the farm. I left the planter up at the store. It's either point in driving all the way back here with that when we're going to be returning it in a second anyway. So I completely emptied the planter and transferred everything over into the hopper. So we can just get that lowered down and dropped off. So the Deutz can go back and we can complete that contract. So that's $15,410 for that, minus the cost of the borrowing the equipment, which is $1,400, and then the seed as well. So it's an extra $14,000 we can get off that. So say for other contracts, there's not really much about, not really anything worth doing for now as well. So our grass is all fertilized. We've topped up the feed for the horses and the sheep in terms of hay. Oats, they're still fine. Straw, they could do with topping up their straw. The water's not too bad on all of them either, so we'll probably do the straw in the next episode, and we'll get that topped up, as we currently don't have the attachment for this to use on the skid steer, which, to be honest, the skid steer struggles with 2 bales, so I don't know how it's going to cope with one of these and a full bale in. I'm just going to have a quick look at the bale shredder. So is that under baling technology, or is it? It says under baling technology, isn't it? No. Animals, that's what it'll be under. So the skid steer loader looks like it's a little bit smaller, so we may look at replacing ours with that one, and then we can use our skid steer loader to the straw shredding. It's a bit of a tongue twister. So we'll leave it there for this episode. If you did enjoy, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got new Farm Simulator 19 videos coming every day. And if you do have any questions, comments, suggestions or feedback, then please do leave it in the comment section. I'll try and answer any questions if I possibly can. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.